Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having an incredible week. So today is day 3 of our 30 days to growing your energetic field. And today what we're going to be working on is strengthening the inner line, the inner cord that connects us to Source. Today I was speaking at a conference earlier today for Full Spectrum Radio with Rob Yox, and I want to give a special thanks to him and also happy anniversary for his amazing creation of a platform that he created. 55 speakers, experts in their field were connecting and speaking on these things. So please check that out. They still have a couple more days to go, and it's amazing, amazing information. So please do check that out. But anyway, today in our discussion, we were talking about how the center cord of life force that runs through the body is the center of where we are pulling pure consciousness into our fragments, into all the aspects of ourselves that we have access to and that we are living and experiencing through simultaneously in multiple timelines. So if we learn how to become conscious in this human vessel, in this body, if we grow our light, if we grow our energetic field in this human vessel, we have the ability of beginning to access information, activating your DNA, and accessing your intuitive abilities in order to access all of those aspects of yourself. Because when you become conscious, you're coming out of that dream hypnosis state in this physical body, you begin to access dream time, become conscious in dream time, become conscious in the astral planes, and of course, we interconnect with the other aspects of us that are living out experiences in those other dimensions. And that is really where we begin to come online into our creator state, that powerful creator state that we have the ability of healing our body, manifesting, creating things, channeling information, technologies, new things that this earth needs in order to learn how to live in that galactic, natural, organic creation state, as opposed to constrictive and compartmentalized separation mindset of the physical realm. So we want to channel in the higher aspects of ourselves because they allow us to have a broader perspective of what we're capable of what we're here to create. And so this is what these 30 days is about. It's about exercising that, activating that, embodying that. Body, mind, soul. So let's get to it. Today, I want to show you how to grow that light, that inner light. In our bodies, we have a stream of white light that runs through the center core of the body. And it informs, it brings this consciousness, this life force to this organic system. This system is interconnected with the chakra system, which is connected to your spinal cord, and that is connected to all of the organs in the body. The chakra centers are vortices. These vortices, this centrifugal energy that is rotating at different speeds, they create portals. Those portals allow us to have access to the dimensional planes which those vortices manage. So the root chakra manages the first dimensional plane, the physical, and for men and women, it's slightly different. It manages the sexual organs for the men, but the creative life force, when it's out of balance, it's fear. That is the vibrational frequency, and that is going at a certain wavelength. When we tap into that energy and we're stuck in that place, we are constantly accessing the reptilian brain. That's the analytical mind and the mind that is in constant state of survival. So this is where we want to kind of try to balance out, work with the information there, understand that energy. What is it for? Okay, it's in order to maintain balance in the physical plane and to keep us safe as well in the physical plane. But once we are understanding those mechanics, being able to access the higher levels, the sacral, the solar. The second chakra, of course, it's your creation, life force, the womb. This is where we create life. And this is the energy of exchange. It's our understanding of ourselves. When we go up to the solar plexus, this is the emotional body, And so this is where we're starting to work with frequency magic, right? Frequency information, how we are relating with one another, the nonverbal communications, the emotional expressions, exchanges, whether those exchanges are balanced, imbalanced. And this is where we see ourselves as either empowered or disempowered in its opposite side of the spectrum. So our ability to manage our energy centers of the first 3 chakras is our ability to manage and navigate the physical plane. If you understand that, and if you work with the energy on these levels, the information in those levels, you have the ability of activating the higher levels, heart, throat, third eye. And this is where you tap into your intuition, the heart, one of the largest electromagnetic fields in the body as an organ itself. But from the multidimensional body, it's the creation and the electromagnetic field that is enmeshing with your environment. Okay, it is co-creating your environment with you. This intentional energy that comes from the heart center will either be constructive or destructive. So it's very important to understand the subconscious programs that we embody. So we understand, are we being more constructive in our lives? Are we talking about love and happiness and joy, but really experiencing really parasitic relationships, not really loving ourselves, not embodying that, not being true and living congruently with the things that we're doing throughout our day? So notice that, because the outside part of us, the part that is speaking to others, is not the one that's creating. Unless, of course, you are congruent with the outside and the inside. So when we're working on growing our light, what we're talking about is the life force that runs through the body, runs through the chakra system. It runs through the spinal cord. It's a cord of white light that runs through the center of the body. From the very center crown of the head, down the pineal gland, down the spinal cord, down the perineum, and into the center of the earth. And it connects to the center core of the planet, which is our mother, literally, it's our mother organism, and we are its participants. We are part of that globe, of that earth. So everything that we experience collectively is being recorded in the DNA of the earth, which is what we know as the Akashic Records. And of course, the entire historical line of information about our experiences, which are occurring simultaneously, are all available to us through that information. What happens when we are mostly in survival mode in the first 3 chakras? We are usually out of our body, and the physical body becomes a host to other parasitic consciousness, entities, attachments that link to it. And so our consciousness is usually above our head, and it's usually up here or out here somewhere, depending on where your perception is, but we are not embodied in the physical. And so what that does to us is that it creates an easy vessel for artificial intelligence, or intelligence that rejects its own consciousness in order to be embodied in the physical body. And you become this mechanical robot that is just in constant cause and effect, reacting to the events that happen around you. You are not in control at all of yourself, right? So what we want to do is we want to embody in the physical body the consciousness, so that you can manage this vessel. Without managing this vessel, we are nothing, because we are in this 3-dimensional plane, incarnated in this physical body, with all kinds of informations, all kinds of cyclical programs, belief systems that are informing what we are. And if we don't understand how to manage that information, when we die, at the end of the 100 years or however many years of life you have, your vibrational frequency will not have evolved from the information that informs yourself. Your lineage, your ancestral lineage, informs your organism. Your organism is a product of that lineage. You come into that lineage for a reason. There is a purpose for your incarnation. So if in that whole life you're not able to understand what your purpose is, or what you're doing here, or why, then you will find your next experience to be a match to that same vibrational frequency. And more than likely, at the time of death, you will be again in a state of survival, in a state of resistance, non-acceptance, fear, And all of that creates the opposite of a successful leaving of this physical body. You have not sped up that centrifugal energy within the body. The same way the vortices work, you are a whole vortex of energy. And that source that runs through you creates this vortex of energy that when it's not moving properly, when it's stagnant with all of these blockages in your body, emotional fragmentation, when the life force doesn't move through the center of the body seamlessly, effortlessly, congruent with the physical self, this is where we have problems, illnesses, psychological problems, physical problems, and of course, we are not able to manifest. We're not able to create. We're not able to work in the things that we're here to do. And more importantly, on the highest level, we are not able to work with the entire organism that is our ancestral lineage and our part in the collective. So there's many things that play a role. This is how important you are to this timeline, to this life. Your role, your specific essence, the reason why you're here, plays an incredible role in the evolution of mankind. So we either destruct or we construct. So the more we learn how to allow this life force to move through the body without blockages, because if there's heart blockages, if you're dealing with a broken heart all the time, fears, anxiety, self-doubt, self-hate, self-rejection, the life force cannot move through there because this is such a heavy energy. And depending if it's the front or the back of your chakras, the feminine or the masculine part of you, the energy will not move. Maybe it'll be able to trickle through there very little, but what will happen is that your lower parts of the body will become affected. And these areas will grow in their, let's say, power or focus. The attention of creation is focused more in the lower levels. So this is where you are seeing the world. You're seeing the world from the lower levels instead of having that life force moving through you so that it can illuminate all parts of yourself and be able to perceive reality through a more broader perspective, which is what we want. Unity means not just from the idea that we are becoming one or we are one, but this is a way of being. It's a way of speaking, a way of acting, a way of presenting yourself, and a way of how we're doing our healing work. We become one internally, micro and macro. Of course, it always starts within. So let's get started. I want you all to take a nice deep breath. And we're going to start our meditation by closing our eyes. As we inhale deeply and exhale. We're going to visualize ourselves connected down to the center of the earth, grounding, protecting, being aware of our energetic space. And as you feel yourself fully in the body, I want you to go ahead and tap into your energetic field. How far out does your energy extend around you? Go ahead and notice that. How far out does your energy extend around you? Noticing in front, behind, above, below, to the sides. And as you tap into your energy as it extends around you, we are pulling in the practice that we did yesterday of tapping into the field and where we feel heaviness. So as we begin, we're going to visualize clearing our spaces. We're going to clear the first level. So go ahead and visualize the first sphere around your body and just visualize clearing that. Clearing that. Any kind of stagnant information, thoughts, emotions that are there in that space. Go ahead and clear that. Breathing deeply. We're going to go up to the second layer of the body. Go ahead and clear that second layer. Breathing deeply, clearing all of the heaviness of your day, thoughts, emotions, maybe even dreams if you're waking up, if you're doing this first thing in the morning. Clear anything that is in your energetic body. Going up to the third layer. Clearing everything that's in the third layer. Once again, noticing where we feel heavier energy around the body. Going up to the heart center. The fourth layer, go ahead and clear that area. Everything that you have in the heart center that is blocked energy, fears, anxiety, self-doubts, feelings of unworthiness, those would be from the lower levels. Any kind of imbalanced exchanges from the past that might be stored in that space, or fears of connection with the future. And as you do this, you are healing your body. You're healing your layers. If you do this every day, you will not get sick. This is a wonderful way to maintain health within the body. Going up into the throat. Clearing out. The fifth layer of the body. Going up to the sixth. Going up to the seventh. Clearing the body. This is the third eye. So intuition, the level of our intuition. This is where we have a lot of self-doubt, where we don't trust ourselves. Go ahead and clear out any energy, any memories, thought forms that are there within that part of our body. Going up into the crown, clearing out from the crown. Very good. So now that we're here, we're going to begin to work with the higher levels, going up to the crown chakra. Now the crown chakra is the center of manifestation and creation. If we are in a constant state of survival mode, this chakra is deactivated because we have not become aware of ourselves as infinite consciousness. And in fact, we reject that idea so much that we believe that we are at the mercy of our environment, that we are in survival, that our happiness, that our joy, that our love depends on people and places and things that are external to us. So this is where we have rejected our consciousness. Anytime that we embody this consciousness, this thought form, our crown chakra, 7th and 8th chakra are completely deactivated. They're stagnant. And you are at the mercy of the law of accident, or cause and effect, or karma. You are entering into the cyclical pattern of karma. And this vibrational frequency is what aligns you with the physical three-dimensional matrix. And in other words, the idea that we can get stuck, or that we are slaves in this matrix, or that we don't have free will within the matrix, all of those thought forms are in alignment if this is the kind of consciousness we embody, because we are a match to matrix and to reincarnation in the physical plane. We are a match to that vibrational frequency because the survival mode is a match to the three-dimensional plane. It is very heavy, low physical wavelengths. And so that's what we are expressing here in the physical lane. In order to embody a physical body in a physical environment, it is the laws of that creation in that environment are to survive, right? We have to survive. And we are always moving at the mercy of these physical things that are affecting mind, body, and a very complex system that is affected by our environment, very much so. So we can begin to transcend those laws, in a sense, by beginning to moving away from those lower survival vibrational frequencies, activating the intuitive, the heart center, the intuition, and the creation, in order for us not to be in a state of survival and to be in that law of cause and effect, and more importantly, this karmic cyclical pattern. What is informing those experiences is the ancestral connections that we have to our lineages. So if we do the work to reintegrate the fragments of ourselves that are in those ancestral aspects of ourselves, we reintegrate the body. We change our perspective in order to understand that we are broader. We are broader than that. So as you see yourself here, your 7th and 8th chakra, you can activate this by understanding, training yourself, your intuition to read yourself and understand where you're at on that scale of creation. Are you in the survival mode, or are you in the level of God Creator? There are many different levels of a creation that we can embody, and they will define how we see the world, how we engage with the world, whether we are victims or creators or in charge of our governing our own physical body and our emotions. So all of these different levels of creation state. I have another video on this that you can check out. I go really in depth into all of those creator states. But we have the ability of shifting the vibrational frequency so that we are activating that in the body. So now that you have your 7th and 8th chakra, go ahead and, or that you're aware of the 7th and 8th chakra, go ahead and fill in a color that you intuitively tune into. That is your highest vibrational frequency. Go ahead and see that now. Put that up in that space. It can be more than one color. That's okay. Go ahead and fill that into the 7th and 8th chakra. And as you do, you begin to open up the runways of life force that run through your body, because now this organism has now all of a sudden become aware that it is conscious, that it has the ability to exercise that consciousness, to embody it. Anything before this moment, we are unconscious and unaware. So be fully aware of this physical body, activate that crown, fill in that color into the 7th and 8th chakra. And we set the intention that every aspect of our life is influenced by our vibrational frequency, because we are changing our vibrational frequency. So our career, our family, relationships, our creativity, the money energy that we're exchanging with others, or currencies of exchange, our health, partnerships, our spiritual work, and our purpose. Go ahead and fill those in, breathing deeply. You're going to go up now into the 9th chakra. You're going to activate the 9th by filling it in with your colors. Go ahead and widen that 9th. Widen that 10th. Widen that 11th. One by one, breathing deeply. And don't worry, we're going to come back to these and spend some more time in them in just a second. And widen the 12th. Widen the 13th. Activating your body. So Now that you have activated your chakras up to the 13th dimension, I want you to sit still for a moment with your chakras wide open. Okay. Breathing deeply. Notice how your body feels as you have changed your vibrational frequency. And when you have more time, I want you to kind of see if you can check back with problems that you've had today or frustrations that you've had throughout your day. And if you look at it from this point of view that you're in right now, that you've now changed, how would you deal with those situations if you would be back in them? Your perspective will be very different. It will be more broad. It will be more from one of unity. It will be something that's not so stuck in survival mode and maybe more from the ego. Okay, from the self that is separate from all things. So this is a wonderful technique to utilize throughout your day when you're beginning to feel these feelings that were separate or lonely or disconnected. You activate up to the 13th chakra to change your vibrational frequency immediately so that you can begin to align with collective consciousness, in other words. Very good. Very good. So now that you're here, breathing deeply, you're going to start working with the root chakra at the base of the spine. Go ahead and visualize closing that chakra just a little bit. Closing. Breathing deeply. And when we close the first 3 chakras, we are like a router resetting the signals that are being sent back and forth from this space. All the informations that's being informed that create our environment from this space. Going up to the sacral, close that chakra. The solar, close that chakra. Okay. Very good. So now that you are in reading state, go ahead and intuitively scan your entire body. Where do you have blockages that are not allowing that life force to move through your body? Let's check that. Go ahead and visualize from source, bringing down a powerful wave of white light that comes down through the 13th, all the way down to the center core. And as you bring that cord of light, you already have that cord of light, but right now it looks like a thread. And as you bring that white light through your body, you are widening that white light at the center of your body. Notice as you look at your body, where do you feel like that cord is distorted, or you can't see the light, or the light doesn't look like it's going through the body properly? You intuitively already know because you're a holographic system of intelligence. So notice where you feel blocked in those areas. Excellent. Breathing deeply. With every breath you take, bringing that source light through the body, and gently notice the parts that feel distorted, and you're just going to seal them with white light. You're going to remove whatever you feel that you need to remove, and you're just going to seal those spaces with white light and allow the energy to move through the body in all those areas that feel difficult to move life force through the body. So as you bring it through, as you repair the body from the crown down to the perineum, notice any information, thoughts, memories that come up as you do this exercise. Those memories are linked to the blockages that are living in those spaces. And you can work with those memories deeper in DNA reprogramming by accessing the root of those memories and releasing and reversing, transmuting those low emotions into a high vibration emotion. This is where we start going deep into the healing aspects of this human body, which is so powerful. So as you bring that cord of white light through the body, allowing it to just clear and heal, manifest itself cleanly, powerfully through the body, through the spinal cord, all the way down the spine. Notice it if you're in your abdomen area. Notice how easy it is or how difficult it is to imagine that cord of light moving through your body, and breathing deeply through any resistance, any fears that you might feel. Allow that light to move down into the sexual organs. Again, another place to check for blockages, for stagnant energy. Check in the back of your body as you create this cord of white light that is now wider, stronger at your center core. Going down to the perineum now. And just noticing how that white light goes through the body and it begins to come out underneath the body, anchoring down to the center core. You are growing that inner light. And I want you to notice how you feel now. It is easier for the body to feel joy, to feel love, because you are embodying that infinite consciousness in your body. So go ahead and anchor this light to the center of the earth now, going through the layers of the earth and into the central core of this earth. And as you link yourself, as you anchor yourself down there to the center core, you begin to feel the energy moving through your body. You're going to start feeling that feeling of the toroidal energy moving through your body. And we are running that energy, that white light force, throughout all of the organs, through the body, breathing deeply into the lungs, feeling the lungs with that complete connection to source, that calm, that peace, that love. Feeling that love. This is universal love, unconditional love. And when we are in this state, illness cannot exist. Pain cannot exist. We embody a completely different frequency that our cells immediately respond to. So we want to be in this state as much as possible in order to allow the body to rejuvenate, regenerate, heal, manifest, transform. So imagine if you were able to sustain this feeling throughout your entire day. What kind of amazing things would you be able to achieve? Notice that. I want you to focus on the center of the chest now in the heart, and what will happen is that your heart center will be able to expand way more than it used to. Okay, so go ahead and embody that expanded heart center. And everyone that is here meditating, we are literally united by this incredible quantum space where we have the ability to interconnect to one another. And so if we were training ourselves in this is where we can start to work telepathically with one another, communicating, connecting, healing, creating mass networks of healing for one another, between one another. This is the state and what we're here for, the intelligence and technology of the body. So as you begin to open your heart center, open the throat, open the third eye, and check again if it feels difficult still to expand any parts of the body. Notice if it's the front or the back, feminine or masculine parts of you. Those represent the intuitive and action aspects of you, the nurturing and the creative. So notice in your physical body where you are holding the stagnation and gently push through that stagnation, feeling compassion and love for yourself and all of the things all the belief systems that you're still holding on to that you feel you need in order to feel safe. You can let those go now. Okay, you are completely safe in that. Breathing deeply. And so now that you're sitting here, I want you to take 10 deep breaths, and I want you to feel your entire body, connecting to source, connecting to earth. And with every breath you take, you're going to expand that center light out bigger and bigger and bigger around you until it becomes huge, fills your room. So starting with the first breath. You are sitting here in a state of love towards yourself, towards all, this unconditional feeling of love. You're embodying it, and it is expanding every cell of the body. As you visualize that cord of white light through your body, if you cannot visualize, you're going to imagine it. If you cannot imagine it, I want you to sense it and feel it, or know that it's there. Whatever language you use to manifest in your reality, use that language until you understand what you're doing here in this meditation. Notice how that light expands cylindrically around the entire core of the body. Very good. So now that you have experienced that white light in the center core of your body, you're going to now open the first, about 2 to 3 inches wide, the first chakra at the base of your spine. Go ahead and open it 2 to 3 inches wide. Open the second chakra, 2 to 3 inches wide. Open the third chakra in the solar plexus, 2 to 3 inches wide. Breathing deeply. Very good. In your heart, you're just going to bring it in just slightly, maintaining that cord of white light through your body, expanded. The throat, bring it in just a tiny bit, and the third eye, bring it just a tiny bit. So right now you look like a column of light with the rainbow colors through your body, or whatever colors your chakras are expressing at this time. Allow yourself to be this white light for a moment, this light. And go ahead and bring yourself back into the room, and as you open your eyes, go ahead and see your core, the white light that moves through your body. Feel it. Notice how the body feels lighter. It feels more vitality, even more energy. You feel healthier. You feel well. And if you maintain this white light through your body, and let's say you're dealing with some illness or some sickness or some disease or malaise of some kind, you'll notice that you'll slip through it quicker. You will heal quicker, because this toroidal field, that is a natural expression and movement of our energy life force through the body, clears it out because you have intentionally brought in this infinite life force, this creative life force through the body. And there are many techniques that you can utilize by using colors to heal certain ailments within the body. And we will look at some of those later on in this series. But take your time in feeling this and carry this throughout your day. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It was such a gift to be here and share this with you. I want to give a shout out to everybody that logged in to connect with me, to do this healing, divine love. Hello, all my love to you. Thank you for connecting here with me. Mary, Eric, Shane, hi. Jocelyn, so wonderful to connect with you. I want to thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please put them down below in the chat, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4 of our meditation series. See you then.